Me start it now. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. We're going to talk about note completion. So note completion, you may have in section 1, of your IELTS listening test. Section 1 is, and then section 4, note completion. And I believe that note completion type of questions are the easiest questions where you can achieve 10 out of 10 quite easily. Clear? Quite easily you can achieve 10 out of 10 and note completion. And so far, section 1 is clear, concern. Again, you can achieve 10 out of 10. So I believe that section 1 and section 4 are the easiest sections in your IELTS test, IELTS listening. But the strategies what I teach you, Claire, you must follow them. And I'm sure will really help you, Claire, in your IELTS actual exam as well. There are some of the techniques, some of the strategies we need to understand. First of all, note completion type of questions. Section 4 of your IELTS test, clear 10 out of 10 questions. 10 out of 10, they are clear for note completion. For example, this is your section 4. From question 31, from question number 31, clear to question 40. All of them, 10 out of 10, they are note completion type of questions. And they have even written here, write one word. And the type of questions, they are notes below. For this specific clear section, some strategies we follow. And if you learn them, clear, I'm sure that will really help you in your IELTS actual exam. First of all, many students, they face problem. And the problem with them is they cannot follow the speaker. For example, I'm the speaker and I'm talking to you, all of you, and you can't follow me properly. So what can I do, Claire? What are the strategies that if I follow in my IELTS actual exam that I can keep up with the speaker? For example, if the speaker reaches to 32, I should catch him or her, clear that she has reached to 32. And then till last point, clear, till last question, I may follow them. So I'm going to give you, first of all, two strategies for that. Strategy number one that you may follow for the first part, clear, that how I can follow the speaker. That's the first part. Most of the time, speaker, like he reaches to question number 33 and student, he is stuck in 32 or 31. So what we can do, first of all, number one, there are some subheadings. Follow subheadings. And can you see these subheadings that I have circled with red, like making in appearance of kites, then kites, and then the third one, purpose and function of kites. So there are three subheadings. So first of all, subheadings, clear, help you to keep in touch, clear, and wherever the speaker is, you can quite easily follow the speaker. Point number one. Point number two is inside subheadings. Inside subheadings, there are some clues. Some of the, I call them signposting words. Signposting words. Like words, signposting words, I call those words, they cannot be changed. For example, there's a word, clear, kite. So now the speaker and the questions, clear, the questions that you can see on your screen, both are same. What the speaker says and what is on your question paper, both are same. So they cannot be changed. So subheadings are used to jump from one title to another title. When the speaker reaches from one title to another title, we can follow subheadings. But inside subheadings, for example, let me clear you. Suppose this is my first subheading, there's the second subheading, and this is the third. Can you see these points, these bullet points? So they are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bullet points, and for one subheading, and that's for kites. But now for making an appearance, we have got two bullet points. And if you come down for purpose and function of kites, 1, 2, 3, there are three bullet points. So it means that for the first subheading, we are looking for two bullet points, then these bullet points and them. Inside each subheading, there can be some of my signposting words that if I follow them, so I may catch the speaker quite easily. For example, bird. So it's my signposting word because bird can be used as a bird. They cannot change them. For example, a god. So they cannot change them. For example, grasses, frames, noisy. For example, triangular, rectangular. They can't change clay, so they can't change. For example, tattoo, they cannot change. There is gods, they cannot change. There is village, they can't change. Enemies, they can't change. So these words, clear, what I underline, I call them signposting words. Signposting words. And signposting words, clear, provide me clues. I can guess my answer, like where the speaker is. Now the answer, where the speaker is, I can quite easily follow him. So there are two strategies that from the start till end, if you follow them, if you follow them, so you can quite easily catch the speaker that he has reached now to 32 or 33 or 34. So these are the first two strategies you can follow. After this, once you understood and you know where the speaker is and you can quite easily follow the speaker, then inside, how can I find my answer? The next question arises here. How can I, clear? How can I find my answer? Now, you do understand that where the speaker is, that's quite easy. You understood, clear. I can follow these strategies and these strategies can let me be with the speaker, clear. If he moves, so I move straight away because some clues you get that, yes, he has reached to the second or he has moved to the next point. The question is how I can follow. So point number one, you do understand, clear. I always tell you people that IELTS is not for matching for matching words. IELTS is all about matching meaning, not words. Do not, Claire, do not match words, but always try to match meaning. It's all about matching meaning and how we can match meaning. So the first strategy number one is, Claire, always underline keywords. Underline keywords. Now, what are my keywords? Keywords are words that can use synonyms for that. For example, number one, keywords can be verbs. Number one, if you have verbs, if there are nouns, if there are adjectives, or if you may have adverbs. So these four are your keywords. Whenever, if there is a keyword clear on your question paper, so they're not your signposting words, they are your keywords. And for keywords, they will use what? They are going to use synonyms. They are not going to repeat exact word. If they repeat exact word, it means that's a trap. Because IELTS never repeat the exact word. They never repeat them, clear? They always try to change. They want to use different words, but gives what? But give you completely different meaning, same meaning, different words with same meaning. So always keep in your mind, 100%, it's all about synonyms. Point number one. Point number two is the second point we want to talk. That's about, you should know about collocations. Collocations. Second point, collocations. Okay. Now, let me explain you what are collocations. What students they do. A collocation means words they go clear, they fit naturally. You don't force words to fit, but there are words they fit clear naturally. For example, there is like if I have a blank, this is my blank, and after blank they have written suppose kitchen. Now here it comes about kitchen. Okay, uh the word before kitchen, clear, this is my blank, and I have mentioned kitchen. So now the blank, clear, ये जो blank है, it's connected with what? With kitchen. ये noun है. So kitchen is noun. Kitchen is noun. And to modify a noun, we need an adjective. We need an adjective. So noun plus adjective plus noun. So you do understand that noun is already provided, clear? So you will hear what? Probably you will hear a noun, an adjective, or another noun. You may hear a noun, you may hear adjective, or you may hear gerund, verb ing. But most probably, if there is a kitchen, so to modify kitchen, we need to write down that, yes, I'm looking for what? For an adjective. Collocations like play an important role in your IELTS listening, reading, clear, and writing. Always keep in your mind that usually students, let me remove it and explain it a bit in more in detail. Look, suppose this is a word and this is your blank. Now, if you focus shape, clear? So what type of shape? So we are going to hear name of the shape. And three names are already provided to us. So this, the blank, clear, the word that is missing, it depends on what? It depends on shape. So first of all, you need to clear understand that the blank, the missing word depends on shape. And until you don't focus on the word before and after the blank. For example, we have oil. So what type of oil? Oil of what? So now the blank, this blank depends on what? On oil. So always keep in your mind that one word depends on another. For example, let me guide you a bit more. Uh, this is what I have written. Oh, let me write it again. And I ask you, Claire, if I ask you, what is this? So some of you may say it's B, and some of you may say it's 13. You're not clear. This is your blank because you're not sure either it's 13 or B. But if I write down A, so now if I ask you what is this, so definitely everybody would say it's B. So how can you say it's B based on A? Word before that. Even if I don't have A, and what if I write C here? So based on the second word, Claire, you can say easily you can say that this is B. What if I write 12 here and I don't have A? So now what you can say that this is not B, it's 13. So what decides it's A or B? Claire, it's 13 or B. Words before and after. So collocations play an important role. Right now, for collocations, I can give you two rules. Rule number one, sometimes, for example, there might be some of the words. Like, for example, if I say modern dash, this is my blank, modern blank. And I do understand that the blank, layer, this blank depends on the word before the blank, and that's modern. So definitely, first of all, it's an adjective. I look for noun. But this adjective, and I told you, keywords can be your nouns, verbs, adjectives, and adverbs. So if this is my keyword, so simply IELTS examiner, Claire, the speaker, can use a synonym for this. So instead of modern, he can say advanced, he can say new. For example, if I say nowadays everyone wants to have, Claire, to live or to build or construct their own homes, and they want to have, Claire, new kitchen in that. So now instead of or advanced kitchen in that, stylish kitchen in that. So now what I mean by stylish? Stylish mean modern. So first of all, they changed modern into stylish. They have used stylish, and after that they said kitchen. So what we can say the stylish kitchen means modern kitchen. And after modern, we can simply write down kitchen is the right answer. So rule number one for collocations is, I told you, rule number one, synonyms. Synonyms. Rule number two, there might be a word that they can't use a synonym for that. For example, let's take example here. I write, Claire, with marker. For example, if I say marker, marker. So now marker is a noun, and this blank, it depends on marker, word after this, marker. So what type of marker? I'm looking for that. But let me ask you, do you think I can expect, Claire, synonym for marker? No, they can use exactly the same word. Why? Because for marker, we don't have any synonym. So they may use what? Exact word. So dash marker.
Adjective.
Clear? Yes. Now in this case, they can use another rule. They can use another rule. Look, Before noun, we expect now an adjective. Yeah, I believe we expect an adjective. But this marker is a noun. But for this marker, we do not expect any synonym. Like the way before we say modern dash, modern dash. So modern dash, clear, modern dash, and over here what we have, that's about marker. So let me ask you, for modern, do we expect dash modern? Clear? Modern dash. So now for this modern, do we expect synonym or not? Yes, we can expect synonym. But what about dash marker? For marker, do you think we may expect a synonym? Never. We cannot because marker can be the same. Now, in this case, the first one, they can use synonym. The second rule, they can use rearranging method, arranging. And this is something a bit tricky. Clay, you need to understand this, the concept for this one, for the second one. As I said, rearranging technique. Rearranging technique means that examiner won't say a synonym. They want to change your words. For example, dash marker, dash marker. Let me type it here. Dash marker. And you do understand that I won't hear anything for marker, so they will use exactly the same. And what examiner they want to apply here? Examiner says the teacher uses marker made of plastic. Now, the teacher uses marker made of plastic. So what can come here in the blank? That can be definitely about plastic, huh? So what if I say plastic marker? Plastic marker. So now plastic marker means what? Marker made of plastic. Now, in this case, as I told you earlier, that for marker, we do not find any synonym. So if there is a word and they want to apply collocation rule over there, and you can't find any synonym for marker or for any word, clear? Then don't think about synonym here. You need to think that the examiner can use rearranging method here in this case. Yes, I believe that my blank or my answer depends on marker, but they are not going to use any synonym for marker, but they are going to split it. We can say splitting, splitting, or combining. Look, the first one, this example, marker and plastic, both are split. But now, what do you think about this one? So it has been combined. Plastic marker. Plastic marker means this. For example, if you start take some of the examples here in this test. Now, if I ask you oil, we have got oil. So do you think I can expect any synonym for oil? No. So oil means oil. Clear? Cannot
Petrol.
expect any. Yes. So do you think like I need to focus on synonym method for collocation or for rearranging method? Definitely rearranging method, not synonym method, because for oil we cannot have any synonym, but they can apply oil from what? So this is what examiner he wants to target you people, and if you understood this strategy quite easily, you can find out your answer later on when we practice it practically. You will understand that. Another most important strategy that IELTS examiner they want to use, that is called uh, parallelism, parallel structure. Parallel structures. Now, what I mean by parallel structure? Parallel structure means that if you want to list down something, listing down something, so we use parallel structure for that. For example, there is a list of 2 or 3 items. Item number one, for example, I bought apples, mangoes, and dash. So can you see now? I have used parallel structure there. Apples, mangoes, and dash. So first, clear, item number one is provided. The second one, again, we do have. So the third one that is missing. So you will find out either conjunction and or, clear. You may have these two, or and, or they can change that, or the speaker can convert that, clear, into as well as. Come in, as well as. So there are a couple of conjunctions, clear. The first one and the second one are as well as. Jamal, mandi wilisa. I didn't say anything. Jamal clear kay sara sayda. Usra gale I think he was sitting there. But okay. Allah Hafiz. Okay, so we have got parallel structures. So for parallel structure, number one, conjunction number one, that is and, the second one or, the third one as well as. Now, for example, you may have conjunction and apples, mangoes, and. So instead of and, the speaker can say like he may change the order. Either he may change the order of your items. For example, Claire, he can say, I bought bananas, Claire, apples, as well as suppose mangoes. Now, in fact, you waited for what? That he would say the last item at the end, but he said it in the beginning. And you understood that they have mentioned what? Instead of and, he said as well as. So if there is clear in listing, clear, if you have and, if there is or, they may use these two only, clear and or. So make sure that you understand now they have used parallel structure in this case. So the structure they have used, that is called what? Parallel structure. Number one, for parallel structures, there are two important points. Point number one, what is point number one? Point number one is that straight away, Claire, they will straight away say after as, like, for example, he said apples, and after apples, they will say straight away conjunction like and he may say mangoes. First of all, he has already mentioned the first item. After that first item, he will say instead of and, or as well as, and straight away you will find out the second item, like this one, apples and mangoes. And you may write down the correct answer is mangoes. And what happens first of all, Claire? He said, for example, teacher and dash. This is the second point. Point number two, you need to keep in your mind that first of all, he may provide you some explanation about the first item before he moves to the second. As I said for the first point, first he said the first and then conjunction and straight away, Claire. Straight away you may find, Claire, your answer. The second one is your answer. But in this case, for example, I mentioned teacher, and now just follow what I want to tell you. Claire, follow the conversation. Teacher. Well, I recently got admission at Safi IELTS Studio, and the teacher is very professional. He has taught for a couple of years. He has worked with many organizations. Now, can you see that he has already talked about the teacher, but he hasn't moved to the second part. He hasn't moved towards the second item, Claire, I would say. He has explained the first one. Now he provides, Claire, I provided you with the explanation about the first. As well as, look, now first he said teacher, then he wants to provide you complete information about what the teacher he has worked, or where he has worked, or how long he has taught, Claire, everything. After that, and he also works as a manager at Safi IELTS Studio. So now what can be the right answer? So the right answer can be straight away manager. Why? Manager. Why we write manager? Because the first he has said wait for what? Wait for conjunction. And wait for changing, Claire, the idea. Because the first idea wasn't changed. He was in the same idea like explaining teacher. And when he said, Claire, changing the idea, and or as well as, look, as well as, he works as a manager over there. So now the correct answer can be manager. So for parallelism, I've given you 2 points. Number one, first of all, he may say the first idea and straight away he mentions the second. And sometimes what happens if he talks about teacher or any of the points, first he explains that the word, and then later on he changes to the next idea. For example, let's take example. If I ask you, follow these questions and you will let me know where they have used collocations and where they have used parallelism. Can you see this structure? What structure is this? Is parallelism, right? Because we have R, parallel structure. And now this one, grasses and, again parallel structure, right? And look at this one, attached, it's a verb. So now collocation, this blank, Claire, depends on this. one, two, or. So again, it's parallel. Parallel plus collocation. So both structure, parallelism available and plus collocation is available. Now look at this one. So depends, the blank depends on what? Oil. So again, collocation. And look at this, T2 and this end. So now parallelism, we can write P, parallelism. This structure, it depends sending dash. So now the word, it depends on your sending. So this is collocation rule they have mentioned there. So what I told you now, if you just focus all type of questions, clear, quite easily, you can easily understand that even like out of 10 out of 10 questions, clear, you may find you can quite easily solve 6 or 7 questions based on parallelism and collocations. Now, right now, I'm going to play the recording and you will follow the instructions, clear, and just focus those questions, what we have already studied, collocation and parallelism. And the first one, follow the speaker, okay? Then I will provide you more and more tips and more strategies because we have only studied 2, 3 strategies so far. So first of all, Kate, the speaker. Yes, please.
So, sir, I have a question
Yes, please.
about the signposting and the keywords. As
Yes.
you mentioned earlier about the signposting, like the signposting is a god, height,
Yeah.
yeah. So, but the keywords you explained that this is the noun or adjective or something.
Yes, please.
But can you explain that god is keyword or this is a signposting?
It's
How
a
we will
signposting word.
differentiate?
It's a signposting word, not keyword.
Now, the keyword you told about that this is
Keyword
the
is
noun,
presented.
adjective,
Oh,
verb, or
okay, okay.
adverb.
Let me explain it. Good. Look, they are nouns. They are nouns that you understand they can use. For example, if I say enjoyment, what is enjoyment, ma'am? It's a noun, right? So can we say instead of enjoyment, can we say fun? So we
Yeah.
expect what? We expect synonym. But now for God, we do not expect any synonym. For a bird,
So
we do
is
not
God
expect.
is not noun?
Sorry?
Is God is not noun? A bird is not noun?
Look, it's a noun. A bird is a noun. A God is a noun here. Clear? Both functions are noun. But they cannot be changed. They are going to use the same. Like for bird, they cannot use any synonym. Like for grasses, they cannot use, they are nouns. But there are nouns, clear? There are nouns that we can even, clear, we can change them. They can use synonyms. For example, let me ask you. If I say entertainment, so do you think entertainment is a noun?
Yeah, this is not noun
It is a
because
noun.
we can
But for exactly for this noun,
synonym.
can you, okay, let me ask you another question. Can we expect a synonym for entertainment?
Yeah, joyful.
Exactly. Very good. Excellent. But what about tattoo? Isn't it a noun?
This is a noun, but we can't synonym.
Exactly. That's the difference between, okay? So there would be some nouns they function, some nouns they function, even they are common nouns, not proper. Proper noun itself, like you understand, they cannot be changed. But even there are common nouns that we can't find clear synonyms for them.
So
Now,
noisy, for example,
for not,
here the noisy,
yeah, so
noisy
noisy, clear. For
is the
noisy,
keyword or signposting word.
it's a signposting word. Exactly. It's a signposting word. Not, it's a signposting word, not a key. Keyword is what? Attached. Can you see? Verb.
We cannot take the keyword of synonym. Yeah.
Like, look, how you can differentiate. Can you find easily synonym for attached or for noisy? For which one do you think,
Sorry.
like I asked you a question. There are two words, noisy and attached. Clear?
Yeah.
So for among these between these two words, clear? So do you think you can find synonym for attached or for noisy? Which one is easy to
I
use?
can. Both are easy.
Both are easy, but most of the time, because the sentence, this complete entire sentence is based on what? Noise.
Okay. So this is
Yeah.
the
So
signposting.
exactly, it's a signpost. But attached, it's your keyword. They can use synonym for that.
Okay.
Like for example, human head. They're exactly the same. What would be that? That's your signposting word. And what about clay? So what is clay now? It's your signposting word. But what about mixed with? Mixed with. So mixed with means combined. Huh? So for combined
Okay.
with, mixed with, that's your synonym, and clay is your signposting word. Is this clear now?
Yeah, it's okay.
All right.
Okay.
Let me play you the recording, and you're supposed to, Claire, find out the answers.
Recording 54. You will hear a lecture about Maori kite making. First, you have some time to look at questions 31 to 40. Now listen carefully and answer questions 31 to 40. Well, good morning, everyone. As you know, we've been looking at different kinds of art and craft that were practiced by the Maori people of New Zealand, at least before the Europeans began to arrive in the 18th century. So, the focus of this lecture is kite making, how the kites were made, their appearance, and the purposes they served. Well, let's start with the way they were made. As with other Maori artistic traditions, kite making involved certain rituals. So, firstly, only priests were allowed.
So now only priest. So now priest, that's your signposting word. They cannot change it. Only priests were allowed
to fly and handle the largest, most sacred kites. There were rules too, for the size and scale of the kites that the priests had to follow. And during the preparation of both small and large kites, food.
Okay, so during the preparation of both small and large kites, during the preparation of small and large kites, so don't you think during kites preparation? So now during kites preparation, it's combined. And how they have split it during clear preparation of small and large kites?
Too, for the size and scale of the kites that the priests had to follow. And during the preparation of both small and large kites, food was strictly forbidden.
All right, so food was strictly forbidden. So now forbidden means not allowed. Tomorrow we will study the strategy. What was strictly forbidden? Food was strictly forbidden. So the correct answer can be food. Tomorrow, inshallah, we'll study that.
In terms of appearance, kites were frequently designed in the image of a native bird.
Did you hear bird? You were signposting word.
Maori god, and sometimes, perhaps less often, a well-known hero.
All right. So all of them, this is a noun. This is a noun. According to parallel structures, Clay, we look forward for another noun. So what can be the right answer? A well-known hero. And how many words are required? Only one. If I write two, well-known, so that's incorrect. So straight away, hero can be the right answer.
You can imagine that when Maori first arrived in the new country, they found plants and trees that provided bark and even roots that they could use to make the frames and wings of their kites. And after the frame had been constructed, the kite then had to be decorated. For this, the priests used long grasses, and these,
grasses and these. Look, first of all, and these. So he wants to provide you more information about grasses now. And these. So these is used for what? For grasses.
Kite was in the air, would stream along behind it. They also used. Now the idea switched. That switched the idea. Now they also used. So what? Another thing, Claire, with grasses, what they have used? Feathers to.
So a variety of feathers. So what can be the right answer? Feathers can be the right answer now. So always be careful when with the parallel structure like the first one. 32 में क्या कहा उन लोगों ने? Straight away bird, god and a well-known hero. बिल्कुल सीधा उन लोगों ने. लेकिन यहाँ पे grass के बारे में they provided you complete information. Before they moved to the second idea, he provided information about that, and they also. Next.
Color to their creations. Well, all this meant it was easy to see a kite in the sky, but you could also hear Maori kites. They could be quite noisy indeed. And this was because some priests liked to hang a long row of shells from the kite.
Okay. What did he say? Attached, hanged. Clear? And instead of them, they say kites. So he talked about what? Shell. So they hang what? Shell. So shell, clear, attached to them. So instead of them, they use pronoun for kites.
You can imagine how they'd rattle and clatter in the wind, how they might completely capture your attention. As I said before, the most common image was probably a bird, and that's the same for other kite-making cultures. but the kites were designed in particular shapes. So, there were kites that were triangular, rectangular, and also shaped like a diamond.
And shaped like a diamond. So diamond can be the right answer. They have used what? Collocation rule, but splitting rule. Shaped like a diamond, diamond shaped. Look, combined, diamond shaped. And then splitting rule, shaped like a diamond. So shaped like a diamond means what? Diamond shape.
And some of them were so large, it would actually require several men to operate them. Some of the kites were also covered in patterns. And to make these patterns, the Maori used different pigments of red and black. And these were either made from a charcoal base or from red-brown clay, which had been combined with oil obtained from a local species of shark.
So shark oil. And this oil was obtained from where? It was obtained from a local species shark. So can we say shark oil? So again, parallel, that's a collocation rule with rearranging. Again, for the next one, parallelism.
Before I forget, if you have a chance, do visit the Auckland Museum, because they have the last surviving Birdman kite on display. This is the kind of kite that has a wooden mask at the top of the frame. It's a mask of a human head, and you can clearly see it has a tattoo and also a set of teeth.
And also a set of teeth. So teeth can be the right answer. Okay, I think time is up. So get online. I want you people to get online back, okay?